Before I get into the main chatty bit of this video, I want to show you something really strange involving two things in magic that have been used in magic that are very different. So firstly, we've got an old school magical prop, a silk handkerchief, which I'm not really a fan. I think they're kind of dated. I don't really use them in magic, but this is a bit of an exception. Also going to be using something a little bit more modern, an iPhone. Now when I first saw this trick happen, I was 100% convinced, no doubt in my head, that it wasn't a real phone. I was like, well, there's a hole in the phone. But this is a real iPhone. I was wrong, guys. I was very wrong. If you were here, you could check it out. It's a solid iPhone 6 Plus. All right, here's what we're going to do. If I take the silk and we just rub it against the phone like this, and if we rub, watch. I'm not sure if you can see, but that melts into the phone, and if I can pull from the back, there it goes. I can pull that through. And that goes right through the iPhone. And if you were here, you could check it out. It is a solid iPhone. In the short time it's taken me to film that part of the video, I am really warm. It is like 34 degrees right now in the UK, which is madness. And before you're all like, oh, we have it hotter in my country, I'm English. I'm this pale. I'm not used to the sun. So I'm gonna film the rest of this outside. What a great transition that was. I hope we can all agree. I just want to say that I've decided that this year, well, this second half of the year, this year is going to be my failure half of the year. And I mean that in a positive way, because I think that YouTubers, or myself in particular, we can have the tendency to play it really safe when we make videos online. We stick to what we've always done, and I don't really want to do that. I want to experiment with the format that these videos take, which is why I've been doing a lot of the day in the life of a street performer videos and some other stuff. So I just want to say, if you've been sticking around and you're enjoying the content, or if you've just been sticking around because you're hoping it gets better, thanks very much for bearing with me. I'm just trying different styles and different approaches and different things to see what I like. What's your favourite performance style in regards to magic, street performing at parties, to small groups, or big performances on stage? I really enjoy little groups, performing for like a group of 5 or 6 in like a house party kind of setting. I like connecting with audience members. That's where a lot of the fun for magic is with me. So I find it quite good and not easy per se, but quite nice to connect with a small group of people, because you learn what those people are like and the group and the people and the individual personalities within the group. Although stage and doing big shows is something that is interesting me more and more. What's your favourite citrus-based fruit? The fact that you have to ask me that question is almost offensive. I'm not even going to justify that with a response. Lemons. In the way writers get writer's block, what do you do to get yourself past the magician block? I love it how you said the magician block. It just makes it sound so much more dramatic. Writer's block is a thing that I think exists in lots of different industries, whether it's magic, music, writing, other things. For me, I find the best solution is just to pick an area of magic that maybe I'm not that familiar with and just start studying it, or just to learn anything, just to learn stuff, I feel is what gets my creativity going. Or if it's just about creativity in general, I find that it's good to look at different performers in different industries, so not just magic, and see what they've done and think, okay, if they were a magician, what would they do? That sounds pretty strange, but I often think, if they're a magician, what kind of magic would they do? And then I think about that, and it takes my brain into some strange places, which are helpful. People walking by, because it's a public place. What type of magic do you have the most trouble with, and what type is the easiest? I think that sleight of hand based magic is something which I think I'm quite good at, but is always a challenge because you can always make it more polished, and I find that quite a challenge. But the kind of magic which comes easiest to me, believe it or not, is mind reading. I don't do much mind reading, but I work on it quite a lot. Will you ever design your own deck of cards? If I designed a deck of cards, it would probably end up looking like this. If I were to get a designer to design a deck of cards, I'd want to make sure that people actually wanted it. Decks of cards are very expensive to produce, and you have to do like a big batch. If the demand was there and I was getting messages every day going, please produce a deck of cards, then maybe it's something I would do. Same with all merch, really. If you want merch, you have to like let me know, because the worst thing in the world would be to get merch made and then everyone would be like, I don't want that, and I'd feel sad inside. I love this question. This is a really good one. What do you say to people that say that magic is dead and or outdated? I think that magic is just like music in that it's timeless, right? If you heard a piece of music and it sounded really out of date, you wouldn't say that music as a concept was out of date. You just say that that piece of music is dated. You could make an argument that a lot of magicians are sort of living in the past with their performance styles, but that's a stylistic thing, not magic as a thing in itself. Magic will never be outdated or modern or anything, because magic is just a concept. London life, what's it really like? The one thing about London is that it's very expensive, rent is very expensive, but it's so busy and there's so much to do that you really get used to that level of busyness and the crowdedness, so when you go somewhere else it feels really empty, and that's the biggest sort of thing that you kind of get conditioned in your head when you are living in London, I believe. Unfortunately, the wind got really bad there, so I'm going to end the Q&A there. Sorry if I didn't get to your question. There will be more Q&As, and I will answer more questions. I did just want to answer one last question that I was getting a lot, and that is, yes, I will be doing some street shows in different cities across the country, and maybe even some other countries as well. So if you want to know if I'm going to be performing in a city near you, then follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those are the social networks I'm most up to date on. And yeah, you can actually ask me, hey, are you going to be performing today? Because I get that a lot, and I'll answer you because I'll answer you, because that's how this works.
Thank you!
Well, that was embarrassing. You know that's going to be at the very end of the